Ultimate MK Podquest.
Dude, I just hit record on my end as well.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I can't believe it. I'm getting an ad for the new Imagine Dragons tour.
Oh shit. Let's clap sync so that can stay in the episode.
Yeah, okay. Not a great clap because I did it with flat hands again, but it's probably okay.
I heard it. I'm
Okay.
sure it's on there.
Just like I'm going to hear the sweet dulcet tones of whoever's the lead singer of Imagine Dragons on the Imagine Dragons Mercury World Tour with special guest Aviv.
Who?
Aviv?
Aviv. Who's Aviv?
Like, you know, Tel Aviv, the city?
Uh-huh.
Take Tel out of it.
So less tell.
More Aviv.
I prefer the more tell tour.
I prefer Mortal Kombat.
But oh wait, I have a button for
Rarely do we set up a segue that quick. all I heard was the gunshot. So I thought you set up a button that was just the gun.
that. I should.
And I was like, that's so funny. But
yeah, that was me just ending things.
also, Neil, I'd like to say one more thing.
What's that?
In honor of Easter, they've resurrected Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my god. What? Hold on. First, did not know today was Easter.
Well, I think Easter itself is like coming up, like Good Friday, etc., etc. Palm Sunday is like Easter is like a week.
Oh,
Like you've got
like a whole
Palm
thing.
Sunday, Ash Wednesday, because the ash comes from the palms that you burn, and then Good Friday, Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday, like it's an experience.
okay, right. So Easter Sunday is actually April 17th. Okay. So
Yeah.
This is like the prequel.
It's Palm Sunday.
Right. This is the penultimate Sunday.
We're instantly dating this episode, but
Sure.
it's to talk about Sora and all of his friends. And so they're making this game in Unreal Engine 4, and I think they're moving it over to Unreal Engine 5. Sora looks way realer than he used to.
I have not seen.
Sora looks way realer than he used to. Hang on, let me get you a tweet that compares it to Final Fantasy 15.
Oh no. Did they go that drastic with the are his feet no longer comically large?
They show his feet in the trailer, bare ass feet for free.
What?
They show Sora's feet.
For free. Holy shit.
The Noctisification of Sora Kingdom
Wow.
Hearts.
Gee, the Noctisification.
That tweet coming from Aeriths with 2 eyes. It's very good. Yeah, man, they show Sora's fucking feet in this one. I'm gonna just look up Sora feet so I can try to find you a screenshot of this.
This looks wrong because the Kingdom Hearts boys and girls were kind of done.
Giving Sora normal size shoes and feet is the most fucked up thing you can do after 20
That's
years of
fucking
this.
nuts because they were done in like a Disney style, right? Like that was
Yeah.
the point.
Well, my friend Keiki, who used to live with me, said that he wondered if this was going to be the moment where they sort of split the Disney stuff and the more Final Fantasy stuff into like two
Oh.
separate games. I don't know if that's what there's his feet.
What that is this?
Oh wait, no, this
so
is a way
wrong.
better. This is a way better tweet.
This
Just for
is-
comparison, I saw a tweet that shows that his feet have been getting his feet and shoes have been getting smaller like every game.
dude's just chilling on like a Carlsbad couch from IKEA too. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is like real ass life. It's like he's on like a.
Yeah.
It's like, what if Sora was a real boy? Like they Pinocchio'd Sora.
Guaranteed that window behind him's got like vertical blinds, you know? Like
Oh
every
yeah,
apartment.
Venetians.
Yeah, and that's definitely like a laminate. That's not a real wood floor. But
No,
no. This is
He pays a reasonable amount of rent.
this is uncomfortable to look at. He's still wearing Jinkos.
Yeah, well, they're not as wide as Jinkos.
I mean, you could get Jinkos in different widths.
I need to find you a picture of Goofy. and
Yeah,
Donald.
are they gonna like
Oh, they're
are
back
they
in
gonna
Pog form, baby.
are they gonna squarify
No,
Donald
they just
and
look
Goofy?
really good.
They just look like Donald and Goofy.
They just look
This is-
good.
So, all right, my prediction, just
Yeah.
based on these screenshots, based on like Donald and Goofy aren't going to look out of place. Sora's going to look out of place, like hardcore.
Well, here's the thing. This could be like a bait and switch. Where what I'm wondering is, as somebody who has listened to hours and hours and hours of people talking about Kingdom Hearts lore, yet never played a single Kingdom Hearts game.
Sure.
If maybe we will not see the Disney stuff and the Sora stuff at the same time for a lot of it.
Boy. What?
I'm speculating.
How's Sora going to walk around all these places with these little tiny feet?
I mean, maybe I wonder if they're doing this just so Tron World can look closer and closer to real people. They got a letter from like Jeff Bridges' estate, and they were like, "Hey, man, this is decidedly not biodigital jazz. We need to fix this."
Oh my God.
I can't believe I remembered that line.
I can't believe Jeff Bridges cares so much about how Tron looks in Kingdom Hearts.
I don't even know what this tweet is about, but I'm going to send you this one as well.
Did Jeff Bridges also write a letter to the director of Tron Legacy for making his de-aged version look like a fucking mannequin?
Well, maybe that's what they're trying to rectify with Kingdom Hearts 4. They're going to fix Tron.
He does look like the fucking bouncer. Jesus Christ, Square. Get your shit together.
Full circle, baby.
Your fucking shit together. What do you think the odds are that the intro to this will have somebody standing on water, but you're underneath and the camera zooms in while they look down below the water while standing on top of it, like what happens in every fucking Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts game, including the Final Fantasy Spirits Within movie? They reuse that shit constantly.
They're going to make Sora play Blitzball.
Get your shit together, Square.
I think that Disney is burning money by not making a Kingdom Hearts movie.
Probably.
People would lose their fucking minds, except I think Disney is too scared of it. I seriously believe, by the way, this is my conspiracy theory that's probably not that far off from the truth, that Disney is only letting Kingdom Hearts still exist because it makes money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be such a weird example of brand dilution that they would just get rid of it.
That's the only reason that Disney lets anything still exist.
Right, but like this, like the idea of Kingdom Hearts existing, like this anime JRPG ass convoluted magical bullshit with Mickey Mouse in it, goes so counter to like how Disney tries to present itself that I seriously, like, it must be making like absurd amounts of cash, or Square Enix signed like the smartest contract of all time.
I mean, you know, first of all, I think in the period of time when the Kingdom Hearts games were coming out, this was like the most that Disney had going for it. They didn't own Lucasfilm and Marvel and Fox and all of this shit. They had fucking nothing going on outside of Pixar.
I did see some tweets speculating that they're gonna put Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts, and if that happens, I'm gonna walk into the fucking ocean.
Fucking Iron Man's gonna show up. Robert Downey Jr. is gonna reprise his role of Iron Man for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Bro,
that's the project that brings him back.
They're gonna bring back this one's gonna be cool because they're gonna do a metaverse. Hang on, I need to get this joke right, so I need to Google one thing.
Yeah, work it out.
Okay.
They gotta be scraping the bottom of the
They're gonna do
What are they doing?
They're gonna do this really cool metaverse in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. We're both
Yeah. Do it. Come on. You can do it.
Just give me a sec.
Oh boy. Buckle up, everybody. It's gonna be good.
It's not gonna be good enough to justify this.
It's gonna be good, everyone.
Both. Hang on, just give me a sec to say it. We're both Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard will both be playing.
Both be playing Rhodey.
Yeah, that's the big pull for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Which name did you have to look up?
I had to double check that it was Terrence Howard because I couldn't remember.
Definitely Terrence Howard.
Oh boy, whew.
That was worth it. Totally worth it.
Holy shit, that was so funny. Good job, me.
What if what they're doing? Again, we are primarily a Kingdom Hearts podcast, so
yeah, all the podcasts I do are secretly Kingdom Hearts podcasts. I don't know.
I've played 1.5 of the games, and you've played 0.
Yeah, but
so we are experts.
But I've heard I've had so many in-depth discussions about it despite never having played a single game.
Right.
Like, I feel pretty adequately prepared.
We're qualified. But with Sora and these realistic looking feet, what if what they're doing this time is only going to Disney realms with live action, like people, like real people in them? So
what if they just put everybody into The World Ends With You?
That game's sick as fuck, by the way.
I mean, didn't they tease it at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3? Isn't that the whole thing that they're doing?
I don't fucking know. I played the original on DS. I know there's a sequel out.
No,
now,
they're definitely like doing. They're definitely doing it.
They're definitely pulling it in. Because that guy looks like Sora also, the guy from the first one. Anyway.
Everybody looks like Sora.
It's true. Tidus, Sora, fucking brothers. Right? What if what they're doing is like, okay, it's going to be like Swiss Family Robinson and fucking, I don't know, Disney's First Kid. Like, those are the worlds you're going to go to. So, like, Sinbad's going to be in the game.
Smart House.
And then Mary Poppins, but just the parts in London, not like the cartoon areas.
Mary Poppins Returns.
Sure. But again, just not the cartoon parts.
Also, I've decided that I was sitting here thinking, I was like, what's a funny joke to do? Your Organization 13 name is Lexan. I've decided that just now.
I don't get it.
So Organization 13 names are basically like Sora is Sora, and then Roxas is Sora's Nobody or Heartless, I don't remember. And when you're in Organization 13, you have an X in your name, and all the names are anagrams of the people. So,
gotcha.
like,
holy
Sora, shit. Roxas, right? So Needle becomes Lexan, I've decided.
Lexan.
My name doesn't do Organization 13 very well.
Lexus. Just Lexus. Just
the
car
Lexus.
Company, Lexus.
The Lexus IS 300, brought to you by Sora in the real world game Kingdom Hearts 4. What if the subtitle of Kingdom Hearts 4 is The Bouncer?
They just re-released The Bouncer.
It's an HD remake of The Bouncer.
I would play it then. I would track down a PlayStation 5. I'm assuming it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive.
I think it'd be really funny if they only put it out on the N-Gage.
Sure, maybe, or just like it's the very last Vita game. The very last.
We're bringing back the Vita for
game.
one last ride. We're here to talk about Kingdom Hearts 4, and also they announced a whole other ass Kingdom Hearts game.
Of course they do. They can't ever announce them like they always announce them in batches, right?
Yeah, they also announced Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which is a hilarious name to give a Kingdom Hearts game for a variety of reasons.
They're also fucking up their wild subtitling practices that we've come to love.
Yeah, I do like a good subtitle. Mm-hmm. Just sort of generally.
358 Days Over 2, a classic. Dream Drop Distance. Missing Link.
I think if Mortal Kombat could step up any game, I think that Mortal Kombat should do even better on its subtitling than it currently does. And don't get me wrong, there's a variety of good Mortal Kombat subtitles.
Sure,
but
yeah. Mortal Kombat Quantum of Solace. Mortal
Kombat 2. I thought 2 was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Like TOO, like also.
Mortal Kombat Spectre of Vengeance.
Mortal Kombat Creations Space.
Mortal Kombat, I don't know, fuck it. 358 Days Over 3. Why not?
Whoa. It's an even smaller number.
Yeah, and you can play as Goofy.
Featuring Goofy from the Devil May Cry series.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to come up with a lot of good subtitle names off the cuff.
Super Mortal Kombat GP.
Right. Yeah, Tournament Edition. Corey, I got a beverage in front of me.
Oh, fuck. I didn't realize that we had to also still do the beverage bit.
It's a very small one. It's not a taste test. It's something I drink pretty frequently. It's actually a segue into the episode, into the content that we're talking about. I have in front of me a bottle of Monster Energy Hydro Blue Ice. Monster Energy Hydro Blue Ice. Yeah, energy water, baby. Advanced hydration.
What flavor is that? Tell me what is ice flavor?
It's light blue. You a big Gatorade guy?
I've been known to get my electrolytes.
Well, you should switch over to the Monster because it's electrolytes and caffeine, I assume.
That feels like a threat.
Oh, no caffeine.
Putting those things...
Vitamins B3 and B6. It reduces fatigue and fuels the beast, motherfucker.
Brought to you by Monster Energy.
Hell yeah.
Fuel the beast.
Okay, so you're asking me about the flavor. It's blue. It's blue ice. What do you mean? What does that taste like? It tastes
What
like
does blue taste like?
it's blue. This is just the light blue Gatorade. There's two blues. You can get this in two blues also. There's blue and light blue, right? Just like in Gatorade.
Right. Okay. What's your Gatorade preference?
Light blue, just like the Hydro. My Gatorade preference. I go for orange or I go for light blue in any of these beverages. That's what I do.
Orange?
Yeah, I'll get the orange.
I guess we are ending the podcast.
You don't like the orange?
Nah, bro. I can't. I don't stand citrus.
Ooh, we might need to because guess what my family did in Florida for generations?
Stand citrus?
Grow citrus fruit.
Was your grandpa's name Stan Citrus?
No, his name was not Stan. My grandpa's name was Neil, actually.
Fucking copycat.
Yeah. I didn't choose my name. I like it.
You could if you started going by your Organization 13 name, which is Lexan.
All right. I am Lexan from now on. Anyway, this is the appropriate beverage because in this stretch of comics, we have to say goodbye to everybody's favorite Mortal Kombat character, Hydro.
Oh, yeah, Hydro.
The blue water ninja. And I feel like the monster blue ice is appropriate because that'll tie in his buddy Sub-Zero too. We're going to miss you, Hydro.
In the arms of an angel.
Oh, this is good energy water, bro.
Finally, somebody put energy into water. Water was bullshit before now. We're Monster. Hi, I'm Monster Energy. You ever think about water? It sucks, right? That shit doesn't do shit for shit. Not at all. Not until today, where we introduced my favorite drink, Monster Energy, blue water, ice water, hydro energy water. And if you drink it, you can do laps around your house faster than anyone's ever done it. You're going to set a personal best in running around your house because we took water, we fucking threw that shit in the trash, and we said, no, we can make water better than water's ever been. And so what we did is we turned it blue, and we put all the 5-hour energies we could find into it. My name is Monster Energy. Thank you, Sharks.
You know, they do already make caffeinated water. Other companies. I don't think Monster Energy is in the caffeinated
Sorry,
game.
Neil. I think I zoned out for a second. It was possessed by the energy of Monster Energy because I closed my eyes and entered a fugue state where I did that whole bit.
And for that reason, I'm out.
For that reason, I'm going to pull this lever and a trapdoor is going to open under you. You're going to fall into a big hole.
Mortal Kombat Blood and Thunder issues 4 through 6. You ready to talk about these bad boys, Corey?
As I'll ever be.
All right, let's just jump right into it. You know what? It's been a minute since we visited the comics. We had a week off there. We had to talk some Conquest. We had to go through the first half of this arc, plus the Goro arc. Do we need to catch anybody up to speed? On where we're at?
People are fighting.
We're gonna do a little Corey corner.
Oh, we can. Like a corner of the previous issues.
We're gonna do a fast Corey corner here.
Oh Christ.
Yeah, I'll help you out though.
Okay, so at the dawn of time,
sure.
No, we don't have to start there yet. So I seriously don't remember where this starts. All
right, I think the important parts are. Do you want me to help you out here?
Goro got briefly sent to Outworld, where he fought a big fucked up guy with a big gun.
Yeah,
and in the meantime, a bunch of other people were fucking around Shang Tsung's island. Those people being beloved Mortal Kombat characters.
Shang Tsung paused the Mortal Kombat tournament because he's just real obsessed with opening this book, right? The Dao De Jan. Kano steals the book, and then Raiden just sort of sends everybody out into Outworld. That's basically it.
Yeah, okay, great. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we were going to get more specific than that. I really wasn't sure.
I don't think we need to, no. Things started off pretty standard Mortal Kombat-y, and then this book entered, and suddenly shit got wacky.
Yes.
Now let's go over to the Neil Nook, the fast Neil Nook real quick.
Welcome to the Neil Nook.
Issue 4, Combat Zones. The writer is Charles Marshall. The pencils are Patrick Rollo. Inks are done by Richard Edmond and Larry Welch. Dave Lamphere does our lettering. Scott Sava does the color design, and the interior colors are done by Violent Hues and Janice Wismar. Issue 5, the only credits that change are the pencils are done by Kiki Chan-Simone, and the inks by Bruce McCorkindale, and the color design by Scott Katanich. Issue 6, Patrick Rollo provides pencils again, but inks are done only by Richard Edmond, and our letterer changes to Joseph Allen. All the rest of the credits are the same. Anyway, these issues were published October, November, and December of 1994. That's it for the Neil Nook. Let's talk about the shit that goes down. So Raiden has just transported everyone just out into Outworld. Like when we saw them all like get teleported away, he just like opened a portal between Earthrealm or Shang Tsung's Island and Outworld and just kind of scattered everybody out just to get them away, right?
Yeah.
Don't really understand the purpose for that.
I don't either. I think it's because they needed something to write about. So they just sort of conjured an excuse.
I mean, it seems like they all could have won that fight against Shang Tsung in issue 3. Like, I don't remember the reason why they all just like...
I seriously, I'm not even trying to sound disparaging, but it's like, I think the comics just needed something to happen. So something happened.
And boy, do things happen.
The first page of this goes absolutely sick, nasty, mental with these colors and orbs and Sub-Zero crouched like a fucking gargoyle.
Yeah, these first pages looked really good. The colors and the color work in these books in general, I'm universally a fan of. But that first page layout is just, it's pretty sick. It's just Raiden and Sub-Zero, and they're just kind of in the wastelands of Outworld near the living forest, I think he says. And Sub-Zero's like, dude, I got some tracks here, Raiden. I believe it's Hydro. Hydro was here within the past hour. But then, oh shit, his throat is burning. And we all know what that means.
Tums.
Get this man some herbal tea. His throat's burning, so that means Scorpion must be around, right? So they start tracking the tracks, Hydro's tracks, right? And they show up, and Scorpion and Hydro are fighting just out in the middle of nowhere. And Scorpion kills Hydro with his spiked ball rope. And that is why I have this beverage. We are about to pour one out to our fallen boy, Hydro.
You're going to pour that all over your roadcaster and the podcast will not finish.
Hope that got onto the mic. Because I just spilled a little bit.
I didn't hear it, but...
It's all right. It'll be on my end.
But I don't hear half of the audio bits that you do anyway.
Ever, because you never listen.
Huh? What was that? I'm just kidding.
So Hydro's dead, dude. And his final words are like, the Lin Kuei do not fear death, which is pretty sick. We've seen Hydro. Hydro might be our only original character that we've seen die in 2 different iterations of Mortal Kombat media. Because we saw his ass get torn apart by Cyrax and Sector at the end of Legacy Season 1 also.
We did see that, yeah.
Yeah.
We're the only people alive who have seen both of those things.
Nah, I'm sure there's other Mortal Kombat fans out there who have seen both. We can't be the only ones. So then Sub-Zero's mad and he like freezes Scorpion and busts him up into pieces because he had to turn corporeal. It's exactly what happened in issue 0. It's like the same words and everything, I think. You know, we saw that in episode 0 just on the boat as opposed to in the middle of fucking nowhere. So Scorpion reverts.
I did briefly. Sorry. I was jumping ahead ever so slightly, but I thought I had missed my opportunity to highlight the line, if need be, I shall end your afterlife, which is extremely sick.
That is a good line. But Scorpion, as a specter, is like, oh, fuck, I need more power, and I know just where to find it, and then he just ghosts, right? Just ghosts out of there.
This all just feels like an advertisement for reading in the end. Like the conceptual idea of reading.
Really, it felt very anti-book to me. We'll get to that.
I don't think it's anti-book.
Oh, all right. We're gonna hammer that point.
It's
home.
maybe anti this book.
Specifically, the Dao De Jan or Mortal Kombat Blood and Thunder.
I'm gonna leave that up to the interpretation of the listener. No comment.
Man, I'm just connecting the trade paperback version of Blood and Thunder, much like many Mortal Kombat related books, is just, it has the title, but it also just has the dragon logo on it. So it's like you're reading the Dao De Jan when you're reading about the Tao Te Ching.
I hope you want to answer some fucking riddles.
Wild. And all the riddles are in there too. But in the context of the story.
So really quick, I don't want to cut us off from talking about the thing that we've talked about, but I did just Google the phrase "good riddles," and so here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to ask you a riddle.
Sure, you can ask me a riddle.
Great. I'm not going to do this too many times, or else we'll be here all day.
The doctor was his mom. Okay. Was that the riddle?
No, I've only just read it, and I just think it's weird.
Okay.
This one is called "Say What."
Okay.
like the thing from Clone High.
Sure. Yeah.
I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?
Speak without a mouth, but I have no ears. Come alive with wind. Are you one of those
This is a stupid riddle.
It's one of those inflatable men they put out in front of like.
I have no
sales and
mouth, but
stuff.
I must scream. I am a wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man. No.
I don't know, like a wind sock or some shit. Or,
No, you're thinking too seriously about the wind part.
Okay.
Actually, I don't like this one. It's the answer they say is an echo.
What?
I don't like that one. Let's try a different
Dude,
one.
if that was one of the Tao Te Ching riddles, no one
No.
ever would have opened that fucking book.
This one's easy.
Sure.
I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I?
I don't know, man. The human fucking body.
I guess the problem is this. Well, hold on. A human body doesn't have cities in it unless you're Osmosis Jones.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
It doesn't have mountains in it.
Depends on the body.
No, it doesn't.
Sure, it does. And figurative mountains.
It's a map. Okay, this whatever.
Okay.
Fucking stupid Reader's Digest riddles.
Everyone cancel your subscriptions to Reader's Digest.
Everybody cancel your subscriptions to riddles.
You, the one person with a Reader's Digest subscription still in 2022, cancel it.
Somebody's got to do it.
We're going to be the ones who bury that fucking magazine once and for all. Where were we? Oh, yeah. We're cutting to Shang Tsung's island where two dudes think they can just start stealing shit because Goro is
We are
gone.
cutting to Shang Tsung's island, a.k.a. on a mysterious island that shows up on no map ever drawn. The Mortal Kombat
just like that
tournament.
riddle you just told, dude.
Oh, fuck. It's almost like I thought about this. The Mortal Kombat tournament has been halted for the first time in history.
Yeah. Shang Tsung.
Dun.
Dudes are just like, let's just steal some shit. Goro's gone. And then Goro shows up and he's like, oh, you thought I was gone, you fleas or rats or something. He calls them some name. And then just like slaps the two of them across the face. And they run off scared. But it turns out it wasn't actually Goro, dude. It was just Shang Tsung using magic to look like Goro because he doesn't want anyone to know Goro's gone. Goro's off at this point. Go listen to our Goro Prince of Pain series. He's off in, I don't know, Deacon City and then in Outworld, fucking around with the God of Chaos and the God of Order.
Yeah, so Goro is off doing whatever. I'd like to make one another aesthetic point where if you go listen to our other comics episodes, you'll hear us talk about how every color choice in this book is fucking insane, and all of the art is complete 90s ridiculous cheese aggro nightmare shit, but in a good way.
Sure.
Every humanoid person is muscular to the point of just outrageous jaggedness and
Yeah, they are.
just a complete exaggeration of the human form.
Everyone's
And
pointy. Everyone's pointy.
Everyone's pointy. And then they were like, this isn't funny enough. So, well, everyone's off kind of doing their own shit. They do a Sonya Blade bit where they find some sort of strange village where
Yes.
the leader of the village looks like Sonya and her name is Aynos.
Yeah.
And they don't explain it at all.
Her Organization 13 name would be Anxios.
Her Organization 13 would be Xanos. You just put the X at the beginning.
Smart. That's it. That's a good way to do it. Yeah. Aynos. Yeah. Johnny Cage stumbles across this village and he's like...
This is so fucking weird. It's so weird.
He says it looks like something that the Land of Time forgot, but don't worry. These fucking cavemen are going to get to meet Johnny Cage now, so big day for them. And these villagers all come out and start attacking to him, and they all look like purple Incredible Hulks.
Sure.
Is that accurate?
Sure.
Yeah. They just like start coming out and like attacking him. And he does the classic Mortal Kombat thing where the good guys just beat the shit out of Outworld natives until fucking Aynos appears. Cannot stress enough. Exactly like Sonya Blade. Aynos is wearing Sonya Blade's U.S. Special Forces uniform.
It's just Sonya Blade. It's Sonya Blade.
Same hair color, same coloring. They didn't like change the color palette or anything. I mean, exactly the fucking same. And her name is Aynos.
They also don't explain why or how, and you just sort of move on fairly quickly. And it's just okay.
Do you think there's mirrors? Because like this is clearly like a reference to like the idea of the mirror match. Right?
Clearly.
Where two people pick the same character and fight each other. Or like the endurance matches at the end of Mortal Kombat 1, where maybe you have to fight a version of yourself, I think, sometimes. Maybe that happens.
You don't sound weird. Sure.
No, I know that like Shang Tsung can morph into you on occasion, but this isn't Shang Tsung morphing. This is. Do you think that there's like a backwards Liu Kang and a backwards Johnny Cage, just like with their own villages in Outworld also? Do you think we'll see them in future issues?
No, I do not think that.
You don't think so? They just wanted to do this little mirror match reference, I guess. Anyway, Sonya shows up to fight, to, I guess, kick her own ass. And Aynos tries to kiss of death both her and Johnny, but it doesn't work. They survive, although it does kill some of the villagers. And then they jump kick her in the face at the same time and just kind of leave the village. Makes absolutely no sense. They just needed like 3 pages of content, right? They were just like 3 pages short, and they were like, I don't know.
I will say, sometimes I feel like they do just put cool looking shit in here because it looks cool.
I feel like the issue would be lacking if it did not have this scene in it.
Yeah.
So, just fucking weird. Maybe Aynos is, I mean, she's dressed in green, right? Maybe she's a Korea person. She does make a reference that she killed the previous chieftain of the village, who was also a woman. Maybe this is like early, like green woman warrior, but not Sonya Blade shit. Maybe this led directly to the creation of Vorpax.
Creation.
You
hear this? Then it's like, okay, so they're fighting some people, and then cut to the ship name of Liu Kano. They just kind of get to hang out in the woods.
They're just fucking around in the living forest, like sitting by a fire.
They're just guys being dudes.
And Kano throws his wood at Liu Kang.
And that's not a euphemism for anything.
And Liu Kang, because he's Liu Kang, just kicks it into splinters. Also not a euphemism for anything. Dude, I'm so fucking tired. I had a long day yesterday. I gotta sip more of this Monster Energy Hydro. Oh, feeling better. Yeah, they're just like fucking around in the woods, right? And Kano pulls the book out, and Liu Kang recognizes it. He's like, "Hey, dude, that's one of the last books of power. Do you think that these books of powers, do you think these are some of Abacus's books from the library from the Goro Prince of Pain miniseries?
Do I think that,
or do you think this is a separate set of books?
Probably a separate set of books.
Just a lot of book stuff in these comics so far.
They just want people to read
comic books specifically. Anyway, Liu Kang recognizes the book and he wants it, so he kicks Kano in the head and takes it.
He does do that. That's, yeah.
Sure. So he opens it up. They can only open it up to the first page, and there's a riddle there. And the riddle is, you may swallow me, but I may swallow you. And Liu Kang is like, oh, duh, it's water. Rest in peace, Hydro. So that's the first riddle. It's solved. Super easy. Turns the page. There's another riddle, but before they can start working on that one, Scorpion shows up and throws his spike ball on a rope to harpoon the book away from them while telling the book to get over here. And that's how the issue ends. Issue 1 is over. Let's jump right into issue 2. Sorry, issue 5. Issue 4 and issue 5. Issue 5 is called Tao, and it opens with Scorpion just sort of sitting on a rock, talking about how he needs to solve 6 more riddles to get the power of the book. And we get the next riddle right away. This one sucked. Did this one make sense to you?
Can you read it to me, please?
Yeah, 10 men's length, 10 men's strength, 10 men can't tear it, yet a little boy walks off with it.
Look, like... Okay, so the answer is rope, just because the thing I need to say requires the answer being known. They say the answer is rope.
Yeah.
That's not false, but it's one of those things where like a riddle can't be something where there is a variety of correct answers.
Yeah, because what else could it be? Like
phone book?
Well, 10 men's length, so like a really long phone book.
Big phone book.
Sure. A really like a fiberglass rod.
I don't know, like a steel pole, like
Sure. Yeah.
a bad man's spine that you've ripped out of their body.
Likely, given the world that we're in.
Am I right?
The way Scorpion solves the riddle is so fucking stupid. Because he's just like, man, I
oh
can't
man, I'm such a
concentrate.
fucking idiot. I'm gonna throw my spear on a rope. Hold on.
It's like I just keep thinking about how I want to swing this spiked rope at Sub-Zero. Oh my god, rope! Of course, fucking rope. So the first riddle definitely Hydro related, even though Hydro did not solve it.
Right.
This one very clearly Scorpion related. Scorpion just happened to get the right answer. There will be another one later on that was very clearly made for one fucking person. It's absurd.
Maybe the book's
boom.
like magic. Yeah.
Sure, but I think the riddles are pre-written. I don't think they're coming up with them on the fly.
But what if the book is?
I guess
That's
it
all
could
I'm
be.
saying. We don't know
Yeah.
for sure that that's not what's happening.
That's true.
Would that be kind of dumb? Yeah, yeah, sure.
Listen, we've never read the book.
I've
you and I.
never
We have not
read
the Tao Te Ching. Neither of us have the power of that book.
True.
I've never read any book, to be honest.
I can vouch for that. He's never
Not
read
a
a book.
single one. So ignore those episodes we did earlier about the 2 Mortal Kombat movie adaptation books.
Well, he just made
I
those
just
up.
made it up on the fucking fly. I have never read a book, and I don't plan to start today.
Shit, I forgot to mention this. Raiden, in the opening pages of issue 5, because we're there now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
His face is so fucking goofed up. Like, the one thing that I feel
Yeah,
like
take a look.
sometimes they just draw faces in this book, and we're so
Fucking
preoccupied with how
wild.
outrageously ripped the rest of the person is that the face kind of leaves something to be desired.
This is a Rob Liefeld face if I've ever seen
Yeah.
one. This one
Also,
is.
can we talk
Holy
about
shit.
Raiden's vibes?
Yeah. we
Raiden's got horrible vibes in this, and like in an unusual way. Like we've seen like gym coach Raiden, who's just kind of a
Sure.
smarmy dick, but like, you know, you come around. But like, isn't it weird to you that Raiden is actively chasing Scorpion specifically to fuck with and fight him?
Kind of, yeah, but I mean,
Doesn't that seem uncharacteristic?
but he wants the book back is the thing. Like he doesn't
Sure,
want.
but like, I feel like he's bullying people because he's a god.
There is a little moment that touches on that later on, but like he's desperate to keep this book out of evil hands, right? Like that's what he wants. He wants to keep this power locked down. But yeah, he is just going after people in a way that we haven't seen him be able to do in other stuff, right? Like the rules and everything else are, Raiden, you cannot interfere with anybody because of the rules. But in this, it's like, no, you can fuck with anybody you want except for the Earth Realm people, right? Raiden's just got like layers of dickishness to him, I guess. He's just like a dick onion.
Also, he keeps calling himself the Storm Warrior,
Right.
which feels like when George Costanza started calling himself T-Bone. Like, nobody calls him that, but he really wants it to catch on.
Yeah, he's trying. Everyone's got a nickname. When we meet Melina in, I think, Tournament Edition, she's got some nicknames for herself also. And let's not forget Mr. Z, the Lord of the Rings, the Smasher Basher or whatever the fuck he was.
Oh, God, that was so good. Hang on, let me see if I can find that note.
Yeah.
You keep talking for a sec.
Yeah, I'll just say that while Scorpion is solving this riddle, gets the page open, and then Raiden shows up to kick Scorpion's ass. He does say the Storm Warrior has lived many ages, dead ninja. Everyone calls Scorpion dead ninja in this.
Yeah, I really don't like the thing they're doing with the names. It feels really stupid to me.
Yeah.
Everybody is saying their own names and everyone else's name a lot.
And yes, again,
Like-
I think that the goal was that if a page got torn out of one of these comics and somebody just found it on the street, they would know exactly what was going
Well,
on.
because like every time a character reappears after a while, they get an entire one-page spread briefly explaining their backstory, who they are, and what their motivations might be.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey guys, don't worry. This is issue 5. I read the other 4. Like, I'm good. I get it. Like, I know what's happening.
But Charles Marshall had 24 pages to fill like every month, dude.
Right. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I find it frustrating as a reader to just be constantly reminded of who everybody is. Because it's like, I'm buying your book. I know.
Right. Who can you remind us who Mr. Z is? Did you find your note?
No, I didn't. That's why I just sort of kept talking about something else.
I think I've got it here.
I looked up Master Blaster and couldn't find it in my notes app.
Yeah, he is the master.
Nope. Hang on. Why does the Google Keep search function sucks? Because it says no matching results, but I definitely wrote my notes in this.
Hey kids, it's Neil here from the future Neil. Instead of leaving in just all of the time that Corey spent fumbling through his notes trying to find the Goro Prince of Pain notes to get those nicknames for Mr. Z, he never finds them. So I just thought maybe I'd drop in a clip from the Goro Prince of Pain episode that'll just kind of make everything clear about what's going on and what he and I are talking about. Since he just couldn't find his notes that he knows he took, and he's very mad at Google about it. Hope you got your notes ready.
Yeah.
Because a lot happens in these 3 issues. It's going to come back to you, man.
You'll maybe notice that I did a loud, funny sound just now. That's
while you speed read all 3 issues.
Yeah, sort of, doing. I went into my mind palace like Sherlock does, and read all. I lost my notes. I lost my notes. I took notes on all the issues, and I lost my notes.
So you're probably kind of feeling like a stranger in a strange land right now.
You motherfucker. Yeah, I can't find it. I don't know.
That's all right. So
the fucking super trooper. I don't know. Maybe just like Dabo a lot.
Yeah. Master of the universe. Anyway,
Kevin Smith.
So Raiden kicks Scorpion's ass, takes the book away, and then does this thing he's done before. Do you remember, was it the Swords of Ilkan episode of Defenders of the Realm when they were like, these swords are too powerful, nobody can get these, and they just chucked them into a portal?
Yeah.
And do you remember in the Warrior King episode where Raiden was like, no one can get their hands on this orb, I'm just going to throw it through this portal? And then the Wing Commander episode happened.
It's a bad solution.
Yes. Well, Raiden decides no one can have this book, so he basically throws it through a portal because it's better that it lands where nobody can get to it, and it just happens to land at the feet of Sonya and Johnny Cage. They just immediately find the fucking
what a
book.
Convenience.
Raiden's terrible in every universe is I think what we're learning. He's an idiot all the time.
Yeah, he's just kind of a dick.
So they find the book. And they're like, oh, a storm's coming. Let's go seek shelter in this cave and read this book, right? And they open it up, and the next riddle, the fourth riddle, whatever riddle number this is.
Yeah, whichever it is.
What is it that overcomes you and you never see it?
Which, again, could be fucking so many things.
Sure, yeah. I mean, some of the answers they give are old age, I guess. You'd technically see that in the mirror, right? A panther. Panthers sure are stealthy. And Johnny Cage suggests maybe the answer is an invisible man.
Also, as they're guessing riddles and they're talking about this book, 2 incredible lines are said.
Yeah.
It's like some kind of movie special effect, which is really good if you forgot who Johnny Cage was for a second.
He does speak mostly in references to being a movie star.
And then, okay, I didn't write this down verbatim, but Sonia says, in all my years in the U.S. Special Forces, I ain't never seen some shit like this. She obviously doesn't say that, but that's how I wrote it down.
She
but it's just like, wow, in case you forgot who they were from literally last issue where you re-explained all of this for the 12th time. It's so annoying. Like,
that's just comics, man. Like, it's just the age-old struggle of how do you get new people on board if someone just picks up issue 5 out of curiosity.
Who is doing that?
I do that. Dude, I did that all the time with comics. I would absolutely, like, at the comic book store, just be like, hey, that issue looks cool. I'm going to grab it.
I've never done that. Like, if I've even seen a book that I thought might be cool that I hadn't heard of, like, I just go see if I can find issue 1 in the store. Like, I genuinely can't picture, like, I'm just going to start in the middle of this story I don't understand and see what happens. Like,
I mean, I would make an effort to get, like, at least the start of a story arc, right? But sometimes it'd be just like, I don't know, man. I'm at Borders, R.I.P. I'm just going to grab this Spider-Man book and see what's going on, you know?
Yeah, but at least Spider-Man's got, like, some built-in, like, Spider-Man's almost the worst example because it's like everybody knows who the fuck Spider-Man is. You should not have to explain to me who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, but not everyone knows who Kraven the Hunter is. Or some people don't know the difference between the Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin.
And the Leprechaun.
Anyway, they're trying to solve this riddle. But Sony's like, man, I can't think about this anymore. I'm too tired. The only thing I want is some sleep. And oh, fuck, of course, what sneaks up on you? But
also, sleep doesn't fucking sneak up on you, man. You get tired.
Oh, I guess it overcomes you is what it is, right?
Yeah, I'm still not. I'm not sold.
No,
I'm still not sold.
I'm with you. Sometimes I don't know, man. Sometimes it does. Sometimes I'm
right, but sometimes a lot of things sneak up on you, man.
Yeah, sure.
Like riddles need to have one answer.
But I'll like have a day where I just pound a Monster Energy Hydro and I'm like ready to get some fucking work done. And then I just wake up 3 hours later and I'm like, oops.
Oops, all berries.
Yeah, I think I'm having too many of these stimulant drinks. Nothing.
I mean, you know, cut to
damn, another riddle solved, another page has turned in the Dao De Jan. But
and now Shang Tsung is like, finally, people are just opening this book for me, I guess.
You know, actually, you're right about that riddle. Sleep isn't necessarily the only thing that can overcome you, and you never see it, because the other thing that can do that is Sub-Zero. That's how he says it, anyways, as he attacks them in the cave. He's like, he literally says, like, there is another thing that does this, and it's me, Sub-Zero. And then he just freezes Sonya and Jax and takes the book. But he's careful to say, like, listen, I could kill you while you're helpless and frozen, but I won't, because that's not the Lin Kuei way. Again, yes, it is. Freezing people and then killing them is kind of Sub-Zero's whole deal.
Literally your whole MO.
That's what he does. Why? But not this time, I guess.
Modus operandi. Sorry, I had to do it.
Not in this universe.
Maybe he just doesn't want to do that.
I guess.
And he feels like he's the Lin Kuei.
Sure. He seems to have a lot of opinions about what they stand for.
Maybe he's the only one.
I guess with Hydro dead, he might be at this point. But he sneaks away with the book. Miles away, he sits in a forest and instantly solves another riddle. This one feels like cheating. What bridge is built without any stone or wood?
Can I complain again?
Yes, I have a complaint also.
A lot of kinds of... Oh, rope won. Fuck you. Rope was the answer to the previous fucking riddle. That's still true. Like, shut the fuck up.
Maybe there's an asterisk. Maybe there's an asterisk we didn't see. It says, no, not rope.
Oh, my God. Like, also,
it could be
ice bridge? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like...
My guess for this riddle was that spaghetti bridge I had to build for a physics class in high school that one time. But apparently the actual answer is fucking ice. And of course, Sub-Zero gets that riddle.
He knows a lot about
absurd
fucking ice. Ha ha ha. Funny
boom.
joke. And then he just starts Joker cackling like a fucking psychopath. And he turns completely blue.
Yeah, he does.
And then they go I forgot about this. So they go back to Shang Tsung's perspective for a bit, and they're like, there's just three fucked up guys there. There's like a guy that sort of looks like Savage Dragon.
Yeah, they are.
There's a guy that is green, and there's a guy that's just all traps and also red.
One of them's got 4 eyes like in a row across his face. Right?
No, those are the previous guys, I think. This guy's got a guy with an eye patch and then 2 guys with 2 eyes.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of the other mutant.
So they're like, hey man, Goro's gone. I would love to do Mortal Kombat right now if that's an option. And Shang Tsung
these
goes,
guys-
"You fucking idiots, you fucking buffoons," and then melts them with magic skulls to death.
What are they? I like the one in the middle. I'm going to say in the middle, the green one. He says, "We will be to fighting more fighting to."
And then also he says, "We will be to killing," and it's like, huh? What?
Shang Tsung's like, "You will be to dying, more dying to
Fucking
be
got
you."
his
And
ass.
he fucking roasts
Oh, the
him.
four-eyed guy
Yeah.
shows up in the woods. It's the woods.
Right. That's what's coming up next,
Yeah.
right? Where we cut back to the living forest, and Liu Kang is meditating. He's just gonna sit in this fucking forest
And vibe.
forever, right? Yeah, he doesn't have the book. He's just chilling and like centering himself. And Kano runs in, and he's like, "Bro, we got mutants."
Oops, all
right?
mutants.
And that's and then these mutants attack. One of which has 4 eyes all in a row on his head.
and they're like, "Oh man, I can't believe we have to team up." And then the comic book is like, "Man, isn't it fucking cool as shit that these guys are fucking teaming up? Look at these guys fucking absolutely kick ass." And then
Liu Kang, the master of
Blasting.
being good, and Kano, the Black Dragon's most deadly assassin, locked in battle against these fucked up looking mutants from the Savage Dragon.
And then the
cartoon.
second funniest face that they've drawn in this book is the one where Kano literally stabs Liu Kang in the back with a knife.
literally stabs him in the back with a knife, and we get some black blood.
The face that Liu Kang makes straight up looks like he's doing like the fuck. What's the name of the guy from Home Improvement? What's his fucking name? Tim Allen. He's doing.
Tim the Tool
it
Man
looks
Taylor.
like it looks like he's doing the. Like it looks like he's making that
He
sound.
does. He looks drunk is what he looks like tragically drunk, not like fun party drunk, like day 3 of a bender drunk.
And then Liu Kang is like, "Oh man, this sucks." And then
Yeah.
Kung Lao is like, "Finally, my chance to do something cool."
Whoa, hold on. We can't skip over this, man. As Liu Kang's laying there thinking he's dying, he flashes back to the legendary Kung Lao, aka the Great Kung Lao, aka
Not my great Kung Lao.
but a Great Kung Lao still, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't look like the good one.
Nah, he looks like the one from the Mortal Kombat Sega Genesis manual.
Boo!
And
Hiss.
And the John Tobias comic. He looks like canon Great Kung Lao from the mural in the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie. I don't know, man. It's not, as you're right, it is not our Great Kung Lao. It is the legendary Kung Lao, to be clear.
It's a separate Kung Lao. There's a lot of them. They all died at the hands of Goro 500 years ago ish.
But I am going to cheer every time that character shows up, because we got to keep the Great Kung Lao in the consciousness of the Mortal Kombat fan, so we can get Paolo Montalban cast in the next movie. I was happy to see it. And then he's like, "All right, well, I'm not as good as the Great Kung Lao, clearly, so I'm just going to die." And then our boy, not so great Kung Lao, shows up.
And he's got the third funniest face they've drawn in this book so far, where it's just all
Boy.
shadows and pupils.
Yeah,
and
it
he
is.
looks like it's being scrunched up by some sort of extraterrestrial force. But I will say, when Liu Kang's hat goes to block the light that Liu Kang is seeing as he fucking dies, that does
Yeah.
look extremely sick.
Yes.
And he's like, "Man, Outworld's pretty fucked up. Don't worry, Kung Lao is here."
Yeah. And we talked about what happened with them in the Goro Prince of Pain series. We're now tying into those events, right? Where we've learned in that one that this Kung Lao is a fucking failure of a human being who was exiled into Outworld and is just dedicated to saving the life of Liu Kang, now the super secret White Lotus Society's strongest warrior. So we are getting these connections, right? Like, let's not forget that Jax is out there banging around looking for Sonya, and Katana, Melina, Baraka, and Reptile are also out there looking for Goro and such at this point. So they've brought all of these additional characters in that we're going to see
Goro and
very
such.
soon.
Goro et al.
So they brought all these characters in that we're going to see very soon in the Goro Prince of Pain comic. So it's less jarring when you know that, when they all just show up at the end of the next issue. Let's talk about that one now. Issue 6, Mortal Mayhem. Kano and his mutants that he got to help him prank Liu Kang are now chasing after Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero just freezes Kano because nobody in the comic ever uses the block button.
Yeah, idiots.
Sub-Zero just starts fighting all the mutants and talking a lot, to the point where Kano thaws out and punches him in the back of the head and steals the book. But then Sonya immediately shows up and starts kicking Kano's ass.
Yeah, this issue really just comes down to how many people can steal this book as fast as possible from each other, because there's a brief interlude, but it's not long after that then Johnny arrives, and then Sub-Zero is back up on his feet, and then Raiden arrives. Like, it's this just deluge of people.
It really is.
Oh my god, I forgot. I just clicked ahead in this issue, and the funniest fucking thing happens in this one. Oh my god.
All right.
Oh man, I forgot how funny that was to me.
So while all these fights are going on back in the Living Forest, Liu Kang and Kung Lao are catching up. They haven't met each other before. That's important. This is the first time that these two bros are meeting each other. And then Kung Lao explains that he's the descendant of the OG Kung Lao. So now he's all caught up to speed, right?
Yeah.
Back in the fight, Sonya fights Kano. Sub-Zero steals the book. Johnny Cage kicks him in the head. They fight for like 6 pages until Johnny Cage takes him down and he says, quote, "Nobody makes a hit quite like Johnny Cage." Get it? Like a hit movie.
Oh,
but
I
also
get it.
Like a hit in the back of the head or whatever the fuck he did.
So
right?
the thing I need to point out, the thing that was funny to me.
Yeah.
First of all, the color palette for the background of this is very purple. It looks sick as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But second of all,
I love a purple outworld sky.
we're very much glossing over the art, but the art's just sick the whole time. Like,
The art's good. Yeah.
we're an audio
This is
podcast, and the art
this is
is
an
sick
audio
the whole
medium.
time.
Yes. Trust us.
Watch
Watch the YouTube versions. Get some glimpses of that art. Go find these books and read them. They're a lot of fun.
the way that Raiden gets Johnny to give up the book
It's really good.
is so fucking stupid.
Because Johnny is now, he's got the book and he's going to solve another riddle very quickly.
The last one. No less.
The second to last.
What-
The second to last one.
And so Raiden is like, "You're right. I can't take the book from you by force," which is a lie. And then
I don't think it is. I think he is bound to not hurt the Earthrealm warriors. I think he literally can't.
he fucking kicked Sub-Zero's ass.
But Sub-Zero's not fighting for Earthrealm. He's not one of Raiden's warriors, right?
Right.
He's like he's just like he's representing the Lin Kuei at this thing.
So he's like, and anyway, so Raiden is like, first of all, it's a very powerful book, young man. Second of all, you came to the Mortal Kombat tournament to show that you had true fighting skills, but you want to
Right.
seek fake magical power?
yeah.
Huh. And then Johnny Cage is like, I hadn't thought of it that way. I guess that would
Right.
be like faking my way through my movies.
Yeah.
And then Raiden is like, you just got to be true to yourself, man. And then Johnny Cage is like, yeah, you're right. Here's the book, I guess. He is literally persuaded to give it up with a life lesson you teach a 5-year-old about being yourself.
Yes.
It's
Well, that's how you-
unbelievable.
But that's how you get to Johnny. You play on his ego and his self-perception, right? Like that's his weakness. That's his vulnerability. Himself.
I'm going to come back to this next episode. Keep this in your
Okay.
mind, listener. This lesson that
I
Johnny
will.
was taught.
We should say what this riddle was. It is what is it that is higher than a house and yet seems much smaller than a mouse? A star. A star, motherfucker. It's a star.
Rope bridge.
It's clearly a
Ice
star.
bridge.
Right. Higher than a house. This is something that Jax's grandfather would absolutely fucking hate, though.
He wants to fucking throw a horse off that thing.
way too high.
I'm not remembering that
Oh, wait,
exactly
no.
right, but I'm remembering the gist of it.
No, wait. I fucked up too. His grandfather would have loved this because his grandfather loves elevation.
We both got it so wrong.
Our own fucking
We're
joke.
blowing our own bit.
We failed it. Let's take that again. This is a riddle that Jax's grandfather would have absolutely nailed on the first try.
Because he loves high things
elevation.
and hates horses.
He hates horses. Yeah. What is it that is higher than a house and yet seems so much lesser than a horse? Jax's grandfather. Nope.
Because he's
I don't think
fucking
that's right.
zooted as hell.
Because he's buried. Because he's dead and he's buried in the ground underneath the horses, probably. Remember when Goro just fucking ate the god of chaos at the end of Goro, Prince of Pain?
Yeah, it does feel like they've kind of glossed over that to a large extent.
That was fucking wild. Anyway, we cut to
Goro.
Shang Tsung's island, where Shang Tsung is talking to Shao Kahn through that orb he's got, and he's like, "Look, things are out of control here, boss. I need some help from you. Can you like get everyone back here?" And Shao Kahn's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll get everyone back here. You get this Mortal Kombat shit underway, so I can go ahead and take over Earthrealm. Don't fuck it up again, Shang Tsung, right?" So he does. Boom, magic. Everyone's coming back in, and this is how everyone was teleporting away at the end of Goro Prince of Pain. Everyone except Goro, of course, because he got disrupted. Remember that. So boom, everyone's portaled back to Shang Tsung's island. We get a splash page that shows Raiden, Jax, Sonya, Baraka, Kitana, Melina, Kung Lao, Scorpion, Reptile, Kano, Liu Kang, and Sub-Zero.
And then Kano does a really good Fat Albert. He's like, hey, the gang's all here.
And that's the end of issue 6. So, like, if you hadn't read Goro Prince of Pain, you'd have no idea
you're
where
fucked.
Jax, Baraka, Kitana, and Melina were coming from, and Reptile were
Or
coming
what
from,
Goro was doing.
or why Goro's not there, or anything. This is all going to get resolved in the next issue, the first annual for the series, Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition.
It's going to get resolved in the first page.
We're going to talk about that next episode. We're going to go ahead and finish off this chapter of Mortal Kombat comics before we do another commentary. So stay tuned. A little behind the scenes info, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to record that right now. So let's wrap this one up, Corey.
Okay, goodbye.
You want to just plug your stuff? Come on.
You said wrap. You said wrap up.
Plug it.
Yeah, so they made another one with Mitch and Liam. Sequels, reboots, remakes, movies. You know them, you love them. Who needs them? Who can live with them? Who lives without them? They made another one on Twitter, TMAO and Letterboxd. And they made another one on all your podcast services. If you want to hear me talk about F1, which I'm sure you do, I'm actually not on the newest episode of Strat 2, an F1 podcast, but 2 of my friends are. And you can hear that at Strat2F1 on Twitter, and Strat2, that is the strat like strategy, and then the number 2 on all your podcasts. Well, some of your podcast services, we're working on it. And I'm on Twitter at Mr. Corey Price.
Definitely on Spotify.
It's almost exclusively on Spotify because a lot of the other distribution just hasn't really worked yet. I don't know why. I'm trying to fix it.
Get that RSS feed, throw it in your podcast app, give it a listen. You can find me on Twitter at Final Neil, on Instagram at Final Neil Retro. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at MK Podquest. Go to our website, mkpodquest.com. You'll find links to all kinds of stuff there, including our YouTube channel, where the ultimate versions of this podcast go up. Go check those out. The comics look fucking rad. You can see them.
Yeah, you are missing a significant element of it that we're not
version.
Discussing nearly as much because it's difficult to describe the images.
Yeah. Just go over there. Just listen on your podcast app. Like, that's important. But just go over there and just like click through. Just click through the video versions. I don't know. Like what we do. SuperSecretWhiteLotusSociety.com. You can throw us a few bucks if you're feeling just generous or just want to throw money away. And we'll be back next week. I think that's everything, right? Talking about Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, wrapping up this Blood and Thunder arc. Bye.